Honey?
Well, you're home early. We should take it to the trash.
Yes, ma'am.
We build a bungalow, big enough for two. Big enough for two, my darling, big enough for two. And when we're married, happy we'll be.
Whoop, give up underneath the bamboo tree.
What's the matter, Lou? Didn't anybody ever teach you how to sing, Lou? Underneath the bamboo tree. Hello, Shirley.
I'll get him some coffee. I hope Joan didn't hear him.
Listen, Joan has heard me sing before. She thinks I got a lovely voice.
Sit down, Bob. Make yourself at home.
Oh, be it ever so humble.
Dad, I was wondering if... No, not again.
Again and again and again.
Well, I take it you didn't find a job yet, huh?
No. And so much the better, Lou, because a man has got to relax. And when they pay you for relaxing, huh?
Here you go. Coffee.
Oh, thank you, my dear, kind lady. Ooh, that is hot.
It has to be to do any good.
Hot.
Yeah.
Oh, there's my money. Money, money, money. Ain't it beautiful?
Same thing every week. He gets that unemployment check and heads right for the nearest saloon.
That's right.
I'm not saying I blame you. I don't blame you for getting loaded. I can understand why.
Why?
Why? He doesn't like to face Joan.
Well, he's entitled to this money.
What do you mean entitled? He hasn't been working?
Well, he did for years.
Lou thinks I don't have it coming to me, don't you, Lou? Well, what do you want me to do, starve?
Oh, I don't want you to starve. I just don't think a man ought to get paid for doing nothing.
What? Immoral?
I don't know about moral. I think it's wrong.
Oh,
it is wrong.
It's financially disastrous. But it isn't wrong.
I still say a man shouldn't live on handouts. He's got to work. He's got to work at something.
Sure, work for something. Well, what does that mean? Expect me to take any old job that just happens to come along? Let me tell you something. I managed an entire office. I had 23 men and women working under me. 23. Now, that's a responsible position. I'm not just going to take anything. I'm sorry, Shirley.
That's all right. Don't worry about it. I'll get a sponge to clean it right up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay, Bob. Don't worry about it. Sure, I hate to see him falling apart like that. He's turning into nothing. I'll get him home.
Insight. Stories of spiritual conflict in the 20th century. Insight.
One of the world's great historians has said that man's life has changed more in the last 50 years than it did in the previous 5,000. I think he's right. Change is the law of life. But no other generation of men has been asked to change so quickly, so profoundly as ours. This can make things very confusing for us. And underlying the confusion is a single anguished question. What makes us important? What gives us our value?
Well, he's still conscious anyway. And under his own roof.
Did Joan catch on?
No, she was real sweet about it, as long as I was around anyway. Hey, you know that guy's a college graduate?
Maybe I better stay away from college.
All right, with an A average, you haven't got a chance of staying out of college.
Don't overdo it. He made a B in French.
A B? Now, that is very lousy. That is muy malo, senor.
Maybe you should have taken Spanish. Then you could have helped me with it.
I could help you with a few bad words. That's the kind of Spanish I learned in the Mexican border. Hey, I'm not kidding. You better shape up. You gotta have a college degree to get a job catching dogs these days.
Honey, will you look at this? It just won't work.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, you have a good job, Dad.
That's because I started young.
Well, that's what I mean. You dropped out of high school.
Well, we were having a little thing called a depression in those days, which is something you wouldn't know anything about. And I had to drop out of high school and go to work. Now, give me a screwdriver. Lady, I think I can fix this for you.
You better. I'll never believe that rocket booster's gonna stay up in space.
Yeah, it's gonna stay up all right. One thing you can be sure of, that is the wire checking. And I know because I did it myself with my own brilliant hands. I should have been a brain surgeon or something. Hey, maybe that's the trouble with Bob, you know? No kidding. I mean, those white-collar guys, they don't turn out anything. They don't do anything with their hands. Nothing you can see, anyway.
He ran an office.
That's not the same thing.
He couldn't point to a rocket booster and say he helped make it.
I don't know what he's gonna do.
Well, Jones says he's very particular about the kind of job he takes.
He's not so particular about taking that unemployment check every week.
Oh, Lou, we went through that.
I know the law says he's entitled to the money, but I don't think a man ought to get paid for sitting around. Take money for doing nothing, and you got no dignity.
Well, it must be rough. I mean, these are pretty good times, and yet there are a lot of people who are losing their jobs.
Yeah, well, that's on account of automation.
Well, you can't stop progress, my boy. Think how your mother'd be slaving around here if she didn't have all this stuff, huh? Washer, dryer, deep freeze, garbage disposal, vacuum cleaner, automatic blender. What else you got, lady?
Well, there's two ways of looking at it, Dad. My social studies teacher said a plant where 200 men used to do a job employs only 2 now.
Well, they probably had old-fashioned methods or something. Where I work, we got nothing but the latest. I mean, if you're working with space, you might as well be in the future. Now, check that.
Well, it looks secure enough to me.
Woo! You are a genius.
Of course. You gonna feed us now? Huh? Thank you.
Come in.
Hi, Ed. Said you want to see me?
Yeah, Lou. Come on in. Sit down. How's Shirley?
Fine.
Good. You know, we haven't seen you two in so long. It's ridiculous. I see you here at the plant, but...
Yeah, Shirley's asking about you and Ann. How's she, okay?
Yeah, fine. She had her hands full there for a while. You know, all the kids come down with the flu.
Yeah, Kenny had it, too.
He did, huh?
Yeah.
That must have been the lousy weather we were having, huh?
Well, you gotta take the good with the bad, I guess.
Yeah, I guess you do. Lou, I just got the word yesterday. They're thinking about making some changes in your department.
Oh, well, that's good.
Huh?
So I'm glad to hear it. You know, the registers, they're up too high. There's plenty of heat up there, but then your feet freeze when you're on the catwalk.
Oh, I didn't know about that, but, no, that's not just what they had in mind. They're thinking about bringing in a computer.
Computer? In my department? What's it gonna do?
Well, it's a highly complicated mechanism. I don't ever hope to understand how it works, you know, but, well, they told me they're gonna wheel it up, plug it in, and it checks all the wiring for continuity. I'm sorry.
Eddie, a computer can't do that job. Now, you gotta be sure them wires are right. How many times I send them back to be resoldered?
A computer can do it, Lou, and 4 or 5 other jobs as well. Lou, come here, let's, sit down and talk this over, huh?
When's the computer taking over, Ed?
No, a couple of weeks, they tell me.
What's bugging you, Dad?
Huh?
You're eating so fast.
I didn't notice.
It's a dead giveaway. Whenever you're mad about something, boy, you really gobble it up.
Well,
Right, Mom?
I'm not mad. In fact, I was thinking to get through dinner, we ought to go see a show, huh?
Dad, the World Championships are on TV tonight.
The what?
Honey, even I know this. Between the Lakers and the
Celtics.
That's right. Now, Ken has been telling you this for weeks.
But, well, if you and Mom rather see a show.
No, we'll look at TV. You know, they got so much on television now I can't keep track of it. We didn't have it when I was a kid.
Yeah, we've got it. Might as well use it.
You know, we got the H-bomb, too. You want us to use that?
He didn't say that.
Oh, I'm sorry. This thing working all right?
Works fine. Since you fixed it. What's the matter, honey?
You know, one of these days you're gonna wake up and find out that you got no need for housewives anymore. They're gonna make a computer to wipe you right out. Well, I told myself all the way home I was gonna take you out to a show and tell a lot of funny jokes and be Champagne Charlie or something, but I guess I'm not too good at it.
Your job.
Yes, ma'am. Eddie was talking about retraining.
What department?
It's not from me. I looked into it. Don't worry, I'll get another job. Computers can't do everything. Not yet, anyway. Hi.
Hi.
I ran into the old bag downstairs. You know, Mrs. Carroll. She gives me the, what are you doing home at 2 o'clock look.
I think it's lovely. And Mrs. Carroll is jealous.
Yeah? Well, how do you like that for a dress now? See, I'd buy you that if I had some money and if I could remember what size you wear.
Do you remember the first dress you bought me the first year we were married?
Oh. Well, you got to wear it after you were pregnant. See, now I got time to think about things like women's fashion. Well, here's one. What to do with your leisure?
Honey, you always used to complain you didn't have enough vacation time, so why don't you just pretend it's a vacation and enjoy it?
Honey, a vacation is something that you take away from something, a job. And then when it's over, you go back to your job and you start making things again. Right now, I feel like a big load of nothing.
Lou, I love you. You're not nothing because I don't love nothing.
Well, I guess I'm just starting to feel sorry for myself. I swore up and down I wouldn't do that, but I am. Honey, I was happy when I was working, and I am miserable now.
All right. Now, you unhappy because you lost that one thing? Now, that's all it is. I can't believe that accounted for all your happiness.
All right.
Come on, honey. Now, we're going to manage. We don't have to have a car. We can have a smaller
No.
apartment. I don't mind.
I said no. I mind. You got that? Look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just can't stand it sitting around. Got no money coming in. Feel like I'm going to pot. I'm getting just like Bob. Can't stand that.
Well, he said he was going for a walk. I thought he'd be right back.
Oh, I just happened to be in the neighborhood. I thought I'd stop by and say hello. You know, you can tell Lou.
Oh, come
I
on
was
now.
here.
Don't leave. He'd like to see you.
All right.
Oh, he sure misses the plant.
Well, we miss him, too. Shirley, tell me, is he okay?
It's not sick, if that's what you mean. Oh, I guess I could be proud and tell you that he's just fine and that he's on the track of a new job, but I can't, Eddie. I see a man just falling apart.
Yeah, I was afraid of that.
Afraid? Didn't you know? Oh, you've worked with him for how many years?
Yeah, Shirley, but you know, it wasn't my doing.
Oh, come on now. I'm
bringing
not
that.
blaming you.
No, I know it. Hello.
We got company here.
Hi, Eddie. Good to see you.
See, too.
This Bob Ames lives next door. Eddie
Bob?
Parker.
Hi, Eddie.
Eddie used to be my boss.
Oh, uh-huh. Well, I just ran into Lou downstairs, so, I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah,
Oh,
sit
now
down.
come on, sit down. I'll get some coffee.
Well, I don't need it for a change.
Thanks. How's that computer machine coming along? A goof up on you yet?
Well, if it has, they haven't told me about it.
Wait till they invent one to take over your job, then I'll tell you.
And I'll bet they do, too.
Well, it could happen. I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, maybe you'll be surprised when you join us, the obsolete men.
Obsolete? I don't think men get obsolete, Bob.
Joan tells me you have a new job offer.
Yeah, that's right. $500 a month. Some sort of neighborhood service. And I'm not kidding you. That's what they offered.
Well, what's wrong with it?
Huh? Well, who wants to go around looking for a bunch of underprivileged kids who can't find their way to school?
He's got a degree in business administration.
Yeah? Yeah. Oh, I mean, $500, that's more than you can collect from unemployment insurance, isn't it?
Look, I'm 42 years old. I had 23 people working under me. You expect me to go out and start ringing doorbells? Because that's all that job is.
That's not fair.
Well, it's a chance.
What do you mean a chance? For a guy with his kind of education?
No, I think Shirley's right. I think it is a chance.
Big fat chance.
Well, sure. Couldn't it be? You know, I mean, to try something new. Look, Bob, I just met you. We don't know each other very well, but, you know, sometimes there are people who, well, they go to school, get an education, they finally find a job to their liking, they're happy, they're content, they don't want any changes or big upheavals, you know, but it just doesn't always work out that way.
It did for my old man.
Oh, sure, but we're not living in his world, though.
Okay, Eddie, you still got your job. You can talk like that.
So what does that make me, your enemy? Hmm? Lou, why don't you come on down to the plant someday? We'll talk. We can talk about letting them retrain you.
What do you mean, train? Train like a seal with a ball in the end of my nose?
Okay, wise guy. So you lost your job. What's that, the end of the world? What are you gonna do, just sit around and wait? Huh? I mean, wait for what, Lou? Hey, you're like a guy that's out in the middle of a lake someplace, drowning, and he won't even take the trouble to try and swim to save himself.
Any man can talk down to us. He's still working. That's what we got. See?
Yeah, okay. I guess you guys just won't listen to me till I lose my job and have to go ringing doorbells in the community, huh?
Eddie, that kind of stuff is volunteer work for women.
Yeah, sure. Well, we'll talk about it again some other time. Huh? Cheryl, thanks for the coffee. Bob, nice to meet you.
Okay.
Night, Ed.
Good night. Good night, Lou. Good night, Cheryl.
Good night, Eddie.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll be off. What are you doing in the morning? Anything? Thought maybe I'd drop by about 9 o'clock.
Do what?
Oh,
Okay, I'll see you around 9.
good night.
All right, give me that. Give me that!
What are you looking at? So, are you ashamed of me or something? Yeah, that's an unemployment check. Take a good look at it. See, that's what we're gonna live on from now on. What'd you expect, huh? That includes you, you know. How do you think I'm gonna pay for the food and the rent and the clothes and everything you need? I got no money coming in. I said don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that. Kenny. Listen, son. I wish I could say I didn't mean to hit you. But I did, and I'm just sorry, that's all. I guess I've been so fed up with myself lately, I thought you were ashamed of me, too.
I'm not ashamed of you, Dad. I never was. Never will be. But it was you. You were the one who was so against taking checks when you didn't work for them.
Yeah. Well, I talked against a lot of things when I didn't have any problems myself. Go on to bed, Colonel. Come on, get some sleep, son. Come on. Kenny's home.
I heard.
Why don't you come in?
Because you didn't need me.
What are you doing up?
Can't sleep. I've been reading this.
Is it the job Bob turned down?
Mm-hmm. Still open. I talked to some of the neighbors who know.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Well, it's not much money, but it is there, waiting.
Shirley, what do I know about making kids go to school? Am I some kind of a truant officer?
No. Why don't you read this? You know, on the edge of our little world, there are some people who are terrified because they're poor or uneducated or because they can't speak the language. All right, now we have a place for them to send their kids. Kids under school age, but they aren't going to go unless somebody talks them into it.
Rings a doorbell.
Yes, that's right. You ring a doorbell. Is that such a come down? Can't you give of yourself, offer something that you have? I mean, do you have to prove yourself a man by making things like rocket boosters? You know, I think it's a very good idea that they finally invented a computer to check the wiring and leave a man open for something better.
Better?
Yes, that's right, better. You know, you told me you were happy making rockets, okay? And I thought I was happy. Now, honey, our happiness hasn't been taken away. Only a job, right? Okay. Here is a job. They need somebody.
And $500 a month isn't going to solve very much.
Oh.
For us.
Oh, of course not. But it would pay some of the bills. Oh, honey, come on. Let's do first things first.
Ándale, muchacha, apúrele. Debe de ser la policía. All right, CC, I am coming.
Mrs. Gomez, you got 4 children?
Why you wish to know?
Well, I'm from the new community center around the corner.
I no have to tell you nothing.
4 children under school age.
I no believe nobody of you.
Look, lady, you know, all I am supposed to do is...
4 children, you say, eh? Where? You tell me. Come here. You look. Come here.
You mean I got the wrong information here? You don't have 4 children?
What you want from me?
Wait, see what it says right there? Now, your name is Gomez. It says you got 4 children under
And
school
I don't give
age.
you my children. No to the police, no to the correction, no to nobody. You want I go back to Mexico? I go. But you not take my children.
Lady, that's not what I'm here for.
I no believe you.
Oh, I'm here... Oh, never mind. Never mind.
You put my Rafael in jail. Is no enough? They say he stole an automobile. It's true. I don't know. It's possible. A man is hungry. Yes, maybe he steal, but maybe no.
Look, Mrs. Gomez, I didn't even know your husband was in jail. That's got nothing to do with a community center. Now, that's just for little kids. Little bitty kids before they... Hey, wait a minute. Whoa, here. Sit down. What's the matter with you? When'd you eat last, huh? Stay right there. Drink a little bit of that. Yeah, eat something now. got plenty of food here. Now you go hungry when you're all upset, and then you wind up with an ulcer or something. You understand? That's no good. That's very bad. Muy malo.
¿Usted habla español?
Nah, poquito. Unas cuantas palabras, few words, most of them bad.
Why you want my children?
I don't want your children, lady. This community center is a place that they put up so that little kids that are too young to go to school can go over there, and they got teachers, and they train them, and they teach them and help them to get ready for when they go to school, get them English and all that. You know, you don't have to send them, but it's real good for them, see? And it'd be good for you, too.
You not work with the police?
No, ma'am. No estoy policía.
No soy
What?
policía. Soy.
Soy.
Yes, you used the wrong word.
I used the wrong verb. Well, that shows you the kind of education I got. All right, now, you gonna give these kids a chance? What are you doing now?
My house, I think you never see nobody leave so dirty, huh?
Dirty. We all got our troubles, Mrs. Gomez.
Oh, you don't have troubles.
You don't think I got troubles, huh? Now, look. Community center is right around the corner on 5th. You go over there tomorrow. You think you can bring them tomorrow, the kids?
I try.
Okay. You better do it, because if you don't, I'll know I'm doing my job muy malo.
Okay. You are muy bueno. You teach in the center, senor?
Nah, I ring the doorbells. Hey, I gotta have the kids' names.
Oh, sí. Sarita, Alberto, Jose Maria.
Wait a minute. Sarita?
Sarita,
Yeah.
Alberto,
Roberto,
Jose Maria.
Jose. Is that one
Catalina.
or two? Jose is one. Jose Maria.
In the past, many of us conceived our value in terms of production. We thought ourselves important only because we could type so many letters every day, wash so many cars, prepare so many meals, lay so many bricks, or deliver so many packages. I think this is faulty thinking. And I think automation's helping us see how faulty it is. A computer has value only because of what it can produce. But you have value simply and solely because of what you are, a being made in God's image. You can know, you can love. That gives you a value no computer has. As automation changes our culture, I think we have to change our standard of values. Instead of defining our value in terms of what we make, I think we have to define it by how well we love. You can care about your brothers in the human family. You can unselfishly serve them. No computer can. It's love. Love for God, love for other people that gives you your value.
Insight is a production of the Paulist Fathers, a group of Catholic priests who serve their God by serving those outside their church.